Twitter, Pinterest, and Instagram. Now, where they rank in terms of popularity changes over time, but those are the main ones. Of course, there are any number of others that you could consider, but the main ones are the ones that we'll be thinking about. Now, it is very important. You need to select the most appropriate ones for your business. So if yours is a business selling directly to consumers, B2C, particularly if you have special offers, sales, promotions, etc., Facebook is probably a good fit for you. If you're selling business to business, B2B, then LinkedIn is probably a better option. If you are trying to position your business if you want to get information out to a direct consumer or to a business or a thought leadership piece, you want to get it out really quickly, then you're probably going to be using Twitter. And I think that gives you a good idea and a good sense of where you're going with the different marketing channels. One in isolation, a combination of different social media channels is most effective. And a number of different ways of accessing those channels. So in some cases, posting through profiles, etc., combined with pay-per-click advertising and so forth, you'll want to have a concerted campaign that covers everything. Now, be aware that your organic reach on social media at the moment is at an all-time low. That means just posting stuff is not going to be enough. There is so much content out there that just content on its own isn't sufficient to drive sales. You will need to supplement your social media campaign with paid ads if you are going to be truly effective. Thinking about content though, video marketing in the form of a video is one of the most effective methods of content that you can put out. US consumers, for example, now watch up to 6 hours of digital video every day. Video marketing is very effective. A video has been found to be around 50 times more likely to get organic page ranks in Google than just plain text. Half of the consumers who watch online product videos say they help them make more confident purchasing decisions. People who watch videos stay on the site 2 minutes longer on average and are 64% more likely to make a purchase. Now, 2 minutes doesn't seem like a long time, but if you consider the attention span that most people have online when they're flicking from channel to channel, going from content piece to content piece, 2 minutes is a really long time and it's enough time for people to make a purchasing decision. Studies show that web pages with videos have a significantly higher average time on site than those without videos. People are far more likely to interact with video than they are with static content. Next to Google, YouTube is also now the second largest search engine. People go to YouTube to find all manner of things. Videos allow you to drive your branding and to build trust. Now, of course, everything we've discussed so far today is completely moot if you can't track and analyze what's going on and understand whether what you're doing is working and working in the way that you expected it to. So to know the success of any digital marketing strategy and campaign, you must be able to measure the outcome. Two key So a metric is a number. It's something that has an actual qualitative number that you can measure. It has a quantitative number rather. So it's the bounce rate. How many people come to your site and leave immediately? how many page views, how much time spent on a page, how many unique visitors, etc. It's an actual number. KPI is the key performance indicator. It is a metric that is most closely tied to the overall business success. So this is not a number. And it can be a percentage of sales, for example, but this is something that you have predetermined as of success of a campaign. So understand the difference between those two and understand how you use both of them to get to the success of a particular digital marketing campaign. Now, the sorts of KPIs that you need to be thinking about, these are the ones that actually matter. Total sales, leads. Leads generate sales. If you don't have leads, you can't make sales. Revenue, which is not the same as a sale. Selling something at a certain price point is a sale, but the revenue that you derive from that sale is the sale profitability, if you like. What is your revenue? What is your return on the marketing investment, your ROMI? What did you spend? What the lead to sale conversion rate? How many leads did you have? How many leads actually converted into sales? And what percentage was that? The booking rate, so from calls to the site, from the site, of course, and the cost per lead. So once you've got all of that information, you can calculate how much every single lead cost you to generate and how much revenue then flowed from that particular lead. Very, very important. I can't stress enough that you need to track and analyze. And that brings us to the end of today's session. I'm more than happy to take questions in the Q&A panel. If you have them, you can type them in there, but I am going to answer a couple that came through in advance of today's session. I got a question around the need to use the services of a digital marketing agency. So do you need to use a digital marketing agency to have an effective digital marketing campaign? The short answer is no, you probably don't need to, provided you internally have the necessary skills and ability to come up with a proper campaign yourself. If you don't, or if you're in any doubt, it would be far better to employ an agency, spend the money, and get it done properly, because the return on your investment will be much higher. Another question related to spend, somebody asked, how much should I spend on my digital marketing campaign? Well, how much do you spend on anything really? How long is a piece of string? It's very difficult to answer that question because it depends on what it is you're trying to achieve, which channels you're going to be using, whether you're going to be using advertising, straight advertising, or whether you're using pay-per-click, etc. How much you spend is going to determine A, of course, on the budget that you have to spend, but B, on the size of the campaign that you're going to be running. And another question related to spend is digital marketing cheap? Again, yes and no. So is digital marketing cheap? If you're looking at it in the context of traditional channels like television advertising, oh wow, yes, it's very cheap, even radio, etc., or print ads and so forth. But it can be expensive if you don't put a lid on it, if you don't cap the number of clicks, if you don't have a predetermined budget on those pay-per-click advertisements, etc. So you need to understand how much you're prepared to spend, stay within that budget, and then it can be a very cost-effective way, which is a far more accurate way of describing it than cheap. And final question that I've received is, can I cheat search engine optimization. No, you cannot. There was a time several years ago when you could cheat SEO by just having a whole bunch of links on your site, etc. Those days are gone. Since the advent of artificial intelligence and machine learning, the crawlers have become really smart in the way that they look for things. So what we discussed earlier on in today's session, some of those things you need to do to optimize your website, those are the only things that really work. Having some organic links, you link to other sites link to you, provided they're meaningful and real, will have an effect on your SEO. But no, you cannot cheat SEO. No matter what we might think, it's not possible to do. And I think that's pretty much the only questions we have for today. I don't see any others popping up there. So all that remains is for me to tell you about our next session, which is the same time next week. And then we're going to look at digital marketing in some more depth. So digital marketing, the next level. And we've got a couple of guest presenters that have some really exciting stuff to share with you. So I hope you'll be able to join us again next week. And also, please share the information with your colleagues and your associates. Let them know about these sessions. Let them know about next week's session. And let's see if we can get as many people as possible involved. And watch your inbox for the registration. Ending on a bit of information, if you have any questions either about today's session or about business issues, international business issues particularly in general, please feel free to contact us. You've got my email address there. Any questions about today's session, more than happy to take those and answer them. If I don't have the answers, I'll find somebody who does. I've also shared Lisa Morley's email. Lisa is our CEO, and again, you're more than welcome to drop her an email, and our web address, where you'll find a whole raft of resources, including various assistance things around COVID-19, irrespective of the country that you're in. There are a number of resources that will make your life a lot easier over the next few weeks and months, because of course, not one of us has any idea of how much longer this situation is going to continue. So thank you very much for your time today. It's been great having you with me. I hope you found the session valuable. Today's session has been recorded, and we will make the recording available after the fact. So again, just watch your inbox for details of when that recording is available. Feel free to download it and watch it again at your leisure. Thank you for coming along today, and I look forward to your company at the next session. Thank you and goodbye.